win, but I love being able to show this stuff because there's no internal body juices that upsets Uncle YouTube. Tokiyami from My Hero, that's the hawk looking dude, but most recently for me, Gaius from the Cold Steel Trails games, such an awesome character, especially by the third game. Shizuna from the newest Trails games, plus Iki from Noragami, fantastic character. It would mean the world to me if you could check out my Patreon, linked in the description. We're all working together to raise the pledge amount to keep me on YouTube. Pledging just $5 a month gets you voting rights to everything I cover, plus 1 week early access to Anime Wins videos. Check it out, and now back to it. Honestly, a nice and brief way to set up the coming story. They're now getting on as a team much better, hitting the middle floors as he metaphorically chases after the girl of his dreams. Been a few years, I totally forgot how pretty this city looks at night. Not one but two instances of characters eating their grub. Normally you never see that. That was a beautifully landed and sounding shot that I didn't expect to look or sound that good, or come from him either. This is actually something I've been praising in Vinland Saga Season 2. I called it Fresh Battles, where there's no repeating of motions. Each one is different to the last, and I so enjoy seeing that. David, the main character from the excellent cyberpunk Edgerunners. I winned him in the first season if I recall, but he gets another. Back a go from My Hero. The fact that she's still in the anime gets the anime a win. You know, it's not often that anime music stands out to me. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of it on my phone, but it's from like 10 anime. But regardless, this one really stands out. It fits the scene beautifully, like way better than most do, I should think, to my mind. Ding! Judith from the latest Trails games. Goodness me, there's a lot of them in this one. And if you wonder why I highlight them so much, it's because they're legit some of the greatest RPGs ever. That super fast reaction really tickled me. I had no idea that this guy was such a bro to him. Really rose up in my estimations all of a sudden. This guy too, have another win for just creating a mental chart of who is who and what they're like this early on. I really enjoyed that after having a few years away from the anime. Bro, everyone being such a bro to him though, bro. Surprisingly smooth as butter animation on that bit. Well, that was unexpectedly sweet! What even was that? A shockingly great OP that was. What I mean by that is that at the start of it, whilst good, it was just going to score one win. But then there's so much animation goodness in the second half, I can't ignore that. Also a good song which fits it the entire way through. Really enjoyed that. 2 max wins. Genuinely unexpected plot twist.
アポロン様は気に入った子供を地の果てまでも追いかける。 うちやカサンドラもそうだった。
Excellent job to make it go from coming across a bit light-hearted or maybe even childish to come across as seriously creepy and sinister, especially the obsession factor. I hate cheesy tootsies. Your tootsies are so cheesy. Cheesy tootsies. Do you want to go see Mummy? JC's staff actually pulled off some nice animation here and there through the first couple of episodes. Nothing shocking yet, but just several really nicely done bits. Good example of how to save on your animation budget by nicely sneaking in CGI characters in the background of quick scenes. See what I'm saying about fresh battles? Every move is something completely different. How there is lore surrounding the guild's inability to stop their fighting in the middle of the city, rather than it just being the case that no one seems to care to do anything. Massive credit for showing her notching 3 arrows. Most anime they fire 1, but manage to get off 1 every 1/10 of a second, and I lightly huff.
ベル君、大丈夫かい？しっかりするんだ。
俺たちも混ぜろ。
ベルだ。すいません、皆さん。
Seriously, give a raise to whoever come up with the music for this part. Goodness me, that's awesome. Also, take one here because they really are proper bros. Glad I called that out at the dance.
ここは俺たちが引き受けてやる。
ベル様たちはギルドへ向かってください。
I'm gonna start a new win. Non-this anime related win. Name pending. This literally made me think of the Trails games, Cold Steel 2 and 3 more specifically, where they keep peeling off members to fight whilst the group moves on to the next objective. Just got me smiling, so take that non-this anime related win.
僕は君がいてくれるならどこへ行こうがへっちゃらさ。
Both what she said and how she said it were utterly adorable.
上等だ。受けて立ってやろうじゃないか。暴言を。
The whole declaring battle scene was actually well done and a little funny too, like the music to boot.
強くなるんだ、ベル君。今日襲ってきた子の誰よりも何よりも。
Is it just me or did this totally give anyone else strong musical vibes from the last of the Mohicans? Not running on the spot. A more by the numbers ED, a funky song with normal visuals, win-worthy.
よろしいですな、相馬様。
Yes, he's Shigaraki from My Hero Academia, but for the love of God, he's also Rin from the 4 Cold Steel games.
手を出さないでください。リリは相馬様の元に帰ります。だからこれ以上は。
I'm really glad that this scene was given to us. I was very confused, thinking it was mind control or something, because it seemed she met him and immediately said she was leaving. Well played. Ding-a-ling!
いよいよウォーゲームも間近だにゃ。けど肝心のヘスティア様が。
They do a real nice job of filling the streets with life here, animating multiple people passing back and forth.
彼女のために割く時間はないのではありませんか。
だけどサポーター君を置き去りにしたままじゃ絶対にベル君は実力を発揮でき。
This kind of explains well what their family is all about compared to others. The fact that she's not even a part of their group, and yet they're going out of their way to rescue her.
ごめん、甲状腺だって。
That reaction gives me life. Oh god.
助っ人くらいで随分自信がなくなるのね。あなたの子供たちへの愛はその程度なのかしら。
Quite the plot twist that out of everyone in that room, it was actually her who fought for the idea of Belle having help during the battle. Interesting.
俺はこのファミリアが好きだ。
A simple but effective way of showing his strength, as he looks kinda weak until he manages this.
ならば神の酒を飲ませてやる。酒欲しさにお前はすぐに従順なしもべになる。
Good to see the anime flexing its darker, more sinister side, showing that it has one right here. isn't that so much better than just constantly using like 3 or 4 different strikes over and over again? The same bodies moving in the same ways time and again?
わけがわかりません。こんなリリが必要だなんて。こんな薄汚れたリリが。
Turned into quite the sweet character building scene in the end, learning that Belle and the others actually have a use for her, but beyond that, care for her and treasure her unlike everyone from before.
ください。戦いを止めてください。戦いを止めてください。
Showing how much she does care for them, fighting on her behalf in the courtyard by fighting through the effects of the potent wine and being able to utter these words.
戦いをやめろ。
That was pretty sick, not gonna lie. Officially becoming a part of her and Belle's family. Everyone coming together from the main group to join their family in order to take part in the war is very wholesome, speaks to the bonds they formed outside of their respective families, really.
行きましょう。僕たちのウォーゲームへ。
Yeah, I like that. First time seeing the whole family unit coming together.
私、お弁当作って待ってます。
はい。
Also good to see people from outside the family really pulling for their victory. Basically everyone he's had an impression on, big or small, over the time he's been there. Beautiful looking city scenery shot. Not only is she awesome looking with a great entrance, but truly and genuinely unexpected in terms of the furious and powerful attack she's throwing at them right out the gate. Talk about hype!
クロッツォの魔剣。まさか私がこれを使う日が来るとは。
貴様、エルフでありながら東方の里を焼いた忌々しき魔剣を使うなど。
Just dropping some tasty lore on us out of nowhere.
この恩衆より大切なものがある。友を助けるのが恥だというのなら。
Taste the freshness!
深部統制。普の見た目。
Man, I love stuff like that! Not only her fancy finger moves, but the attack itself. Reminded me of Season 1 of Shield Hero when the church guy was using their massive attack.
本当にお疲れ様。リリ。
Massively unexpected plot twist!
燃え尽きろ下法の技まあ待てよ
Everything involved in how they set this up is wonderful. The music is so fast-paced and hypes you up. The fact that they keep on rolling through the enemy is tight. Great animation, I love it. On their own, they don't get a win, but grouped up together, they sure as hell do. Lots of little cool moments mixed into one big bunch to show they're on the ropes out there, but still fighting for Belle.
ファイヤーバルだなんだと
Oh my god, that was so badass though! Can you smell the freshly baked bread though? Great example of how excellent sound effects can really sell a scene. Like that sounded so awesome with that intense humming noise. Awesome finishing move brought to him by his lovely blonde lady friend.
全財産は没収。ファミリアは解散。二度とオラリオの地を踏むな。
Her dishing out the punishment, and it does fit the crime. The guy was simply awful and had been doing terrible things before any of this ever even happened with Belle.
リリがいてくれたから僕はオラリオに帰れる
A sweet ending to her growth there too. Originally told she was useless other than her ability. Now she's being used appropriately as part of a loving team, and she had a huge part.
アポロファミリアのお屋敷乗っ取っちゃったんですね
I'm actually a big fan of changes in anime. For me, it's one of the fundamental differences between it and most cartoons, which never really change episode by episode, because now this is their home.
今日からこれが僕たちのエンブレムだ。
Pretty much exactly what I was just talking about, so take another win for that. My word, that was well timed.
体には気をつけなさい。あ、おかえり、リリー。
On the surface, a nice little scene to start episode 5. Below the surface, she had to say goodbye to her old life. It meant a lot to her that he actually bade her farewell, and more than that is her new family picking her up and taking her home and greeting her like this. Makes it ultra sweet instead and actually means something.
ダフネさんとカサンドラさん、何をしているんです？
何って見ればわかるでしょ。
いや、わかりません。
Okay, that was an amazing response from him. I loved that so much.
驚いたかい？
驚きましたよ。だって団員を募集するなんて。
ヘスティア・ファミリアはオラリオの頂点を目指すぞ。
At the end of the last episode, I spoke about big changes happening and being a fan of that in general, and already here, we're getting more of it as their family looks set to expand massively. It's almost hard to believe that during the entire first season it was just Bell on his own with her.
ヒューマンだけじゃなく、エルフやドワーフ、獣人、アマゾネスまで。
So much things!
ヘスティアナイフの大金として。
This is why he's one of the best voice actors in the game right now. He makes sounds I can't dream of producing.
すみません。
That. Let's just say, all of the stuff going on at the other end of the bath. Also, whilst I can basically show nothing of the next couple minutes, he praises them all in really unique and lovely ways, and it's nice seeing how much it meant to each of them.
僕を助けてほしい。借金まみれのダメな神だけど、こんな僕でいいかな。
Good to see some growth from her as well. She's learnt not to take on that massive debt on her own, opening up to the new family members and being one of the few to ask for help, not demand it in any way.
そんな。
Plot twist!
夜が来たぞ。客を取れ。
This anime has the most ding-related wins in a long time!
ああ、夜の街、いわゆる歓楽街だ。
It's a bit long to risk showing too much of it, but I enjoyed the meat behind the plot twist. That being searching for a childhood friend of theirs they think may be working there, but it doesn't make sense because she's a noble, so why'd she be there? It's a good twist, and especially from a lore perspective, learning about their homeland.
何ですかこれ？精力剤さ。それじゃあベル君。
Okay, Danmachi actually has some jokes from time to time, doesn't it? Not walking on the spot.
ねえねえアイシャ、このヒューマンリトルルーキーじゃない？
This anime, man, it's like they know the exact style of buildings to appeal to me. I love stonework, bricks. Take a win for the bricks. Also, though, she's new from Code Geass. That character with great bricks, you know the one. Really liking how all of the gods and goddesses have these unique looking homes that show their power and wealth and the size of their family. Adds to the lore nicely.
何しに来た冬ね。ファミリアの団長様に向かってなんて口の利き方だい。
Oh god. Poor old Belle. Oh no. Not running on the spot too. Escape the bricks. It's a fairly long scene, but take one here for getting to know her. Clearly she's going to be a fairly important side character moving forwards, judging by all the info given to us. She seems cool. Same thing here really, showing a different side to her, a darker one because of her past and how she views herself in a very negative light, not worthy of being saved by the heroes in stories she loves so much. That'll do it for this one, ladies and gents. A good start to season 2 by all accounts. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been so happy to be able to cover this series without fear of how they'll perform. It's all thanks to the patrons. There's now over 300 of you, which is insane. I'm so happy with it. You're all keeping me on this platform and I cannot thank you enough. Please consider checking out the Patreon link in the description. And if you want to pick a tier that interests you, it all goes to keeping me on YouTube. Thanks again. I'll see you in the second half. Creator follower, Lifty, Nick Wyndham, Nightly Winter, Christopher Willis, Hinakami and Water, Marquez, Orkeeper, The Epic Commander, Bertha Without a Word, Brandon Creer, Burn 100B, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Aaron Winters, Yor Edvinson, Kepan, Kevin Alston, Cumfroik, Kylie Welp, Magnus, Matthew Blanchett, Nathan Burr, Sataka Yari, Sean, Sebastian Ramirez, Wicked Faye, Ali 50, Brainless Ben, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Hoved Lowe's Ritter, Isel Caldera, Jaffa6263, Keldok, Kevin Nelter, Laxus, Lionel Schultz, Marvin, Nick Monaco, 9028, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Peter Milligan, Sentimento, Stan, Storm 970, The Element Taylor Wars, Tricky Nicky,